If you watched the previous video, then you know that we reinstalled the original seats into the shadow. Well, they just weren't cutting it. You may also remember that when we first pulled the shadow from the barn, it had these corbos in it. Well, they've since been removed and installed into our Ram 1500 autocross truck. So, the little shadow is in need of some seats. What to do? Amazon Racing to the rescue. I had originally purchased these seats for a different project, but since they look so good in the shadow and the stock seats just weren't cutting it, we decided to go ahead and use them here. We were also pleasantly surprised by the look and feel of the material. It's actually quite nice. However, these seats do not come with mounting brackets, so this video will detail what we had to do to fabricate brackets and install these seats into our little Dodge. First, we needed to find some material, and I just happened to have these brackets lying around that I brought home from work that were going to be discarded. They looked to be about the right width and thickness. We just needed to straighten it out on one end and cut off some of the excess from the other. Here we are flattening out one end in the press. And cutting off the excess from the other end on the chop saw.
Making this out of scrap, you know.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's just what we have available.
That angle's almost perfect, ain't it?
Yeah, it's really good. Okay, so back here then, I'm just going to come off of that, and I'm going to cut this back here.
It's like it needs a little more angled on it, just a little bit.
Maybe. Yeah.
It'll work.
It's really close though. And then we're going to this back here. I'll tell you what we ought to do first, and drill us a hole in that. And bolt it down and see where it's going to be.
We'll punch it and then drill a hole.
That's pretty good. Just drilling holes. I said, look, just make a hole and get my reamer in there. He said, well, what are you going to do with the reamer? We're not reaming holes. I said, watch this, you know. He had that little hole like that, and I got started, and I did a 1/2 inch. I had a great old big hole no time at all. Let's see what we're doing. Going backwards. Flip the switch.
Yeah, that was pretty fast.
We'll step up to the next size.
That was pretty fast.
Right there's our thing, so we could go right down that, but it's going to have to push down past the hump, see.
Knock that hump down there.
I'm kind of tempted to, what do you think?
Yeah, I think you should.
Take this out. We'll just take a 2x4, put it on it, hit it with a hammer or something. It's right there, see, where my hand goes up in there, right there. And I don't know, there's just nothing there. I don't know why. Feeling like the emergency brake cable comes across there. But I mean, it's touches the floorboard all the way back when it's engaged. I'm tempted to knock that down a little bit, just enough that it sits flat. What do you think?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. I'm gonna see first if I can do it like this. It's not moving much. Yeah, I think so.
Now that we made some minor adjustments to the floor, we can mark where we need to cut the rear of the bracket off.
Okay.
We've cut it to length and drilled our rear hole. Now let's see how it fits. If all goes well, we'll make another one just like it for the other side. It's looking pretty good. Let's make another one. Here's our two brackets, looking pretty much identical. It's time to test fit again.
I don't know. I don't guess it matters which side you use them on now, does it?
They're both the same.
Yeah, well, we hope so.
You tried that one on this side and here.
Now the thing is here, we don't have to have the 2-bolt tab on the driver's side, but it's just the way it was, and I kind of thought it looked pretty cool to have it. We'll have to weld a little tab out here.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard.
No, it's not hard, but it's just something got extra work.
You got tabs with the holes in them already.
We do, yeah. They're the same. It looks like they're bowed up a little bit because I need to maybe bend it a little bit.
Needs to be a little sharper.
Or we could just knock it down like that. But anyway, yeah. That might just do it, but you know.
I think that's good. I did it right there. That's good.
It looks flatter.
Yeah.
And over here, might do the same thing. I mean, I think that's pretty close there.
That's pretty good.
So we're good on this. Now we can add this after we do the seat crossover piece. So add that.
We add that anytime.
Or you can not do anything with it, one or the other. But we'll cover that hole up nicely. Across the width, we got 18 and let's see, 18 and a quarter. Yeah, let's say 8. Well, it's a little less. Let's do 18 and an eighth.
Yeah.
Well, actually, 18.
18. It is 18.
On the money. Okay. And up here, it should be about the same. It is.
Yep, that'll work.
Maybe a little. Of course, it's a little less, but we can move 18. That. We need to we do them 18, and then cause the difference we can easily compensate by the big holes we made. Okay, so that works fine. 2 of them 18 inches long. Do something. This is what I've done on that last this one and the truck.
It's starting to take shape.
You got to measure between your seat here because your holes are going to be kind of like here and here.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if they would be inside of this, but I think they're going to fall right on top of it, which we'll just have to drill through both pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got to be welded. So.
Right.
Not much welding.
No.
Zip, 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 zip. That's it. But it's some welding. But you know what I mean? This thing's so flat on the floorboard, it's not going to give. It's not because it's nothing there to move.
Yeah.
It's not up high or anything like a big leg.
A pedestal or anything.
No pedestal on it. Okay, so
right, just need to
we need to do some
measurements and mark our holes, and then
we're going to mark where we're going to weld first.
First, we'll measure from center to center between the holes, front to back. And then we'll measure center to center between the holes, side to side.
14 and a quarter this way.
We ended up with 10 7/8 front to rear and 14 and a quarter width.
I'm going to leave about enough for a weld bead there.
Yeah.
And I'm just eyeballing this. Now, when I get it outside, I'll measure it from the end of this, okay? Just to make sure it's up here, it's 2.5. We're gonna call it 2.5. Over here.
We're doing both 2.5.
That's supposed to be good. That's for eyeballing.
Pretty good.
Looking pretty good.
Those look pretty good.
Now that we have it squared up and clamped down, we'll spot it into place. Now we clamp the other cross brace down and make sure it's at the proper width, 10 7/8, and then we can spot it into place. make sure this side is square and at the proper width, 10 7/8, and then we can spot it into place. After that, we can test fit it on the car one last time before mounting it to the seat.
I'm just gonna throw it in there so it falls in place.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
I like that.
the bolt holes line up good. Actually, it was off a little bit here, but when I pulled it in, squared it up,
Yeah.
it made that fit good. So now we just need to measure up where we want our holes for our seat, and we'll drill those, and we won't weld final until we get everything mocked up.
Right, okay.
That's what my thinking is anyways.
Sounds good to me.
Here we measure to find out where we want to put our bolt holes, and then we'll mark it onto the bracket. We'll drill these holes, then remount it to the seat and mark the position for the lower holes. Now we can mark where we need to put the holes in the lower cross brace. Here is the bracket installed to the seat with all 4 bolts ready to be fully welded. After some cleaning and a little paint, here we have our completed seat brackets. Now we can install the bracket to the seat one last time, torque it down, make sure it slides properly, and then install it into the car.